Welcome to Austin.
And the new
Shocker here in Brooklyn by unanimous decision.
He didn't win that fight.
What do you do now? Where do you go from here?
Just get my belts back, get all the belts. I've seen many of the champions lose and come back.
I think this is going to be a war. They're going to be going after each other.
Do or die for him, just do or die for me. It's all or nothing.
The World Super Welterweight Championship. Harrison versus Charlo. December 21st on Fox and the Fox Sports app.
Number 2, Kansas. Number 20, Villanova.
They are on their feet.
College hoops royalty go head-to-head on Fox.
Got it.
Devin Dotson meets the title-contending Jayhawks against Sadiq Bey and the Wildcats in a matchup that's usually reserved for tourney time.
What a jam.
Kansas, Villanova, Saturday, 11:30 Eastern on Fox and the Fox Sports app.
Well, a dominant effort in all three phases, as they say, offense, defense.
All right. Enough of that. All right, guys. Wow. Let me see. Let me get my. Yeah, how about them? Sunday still got to work. Yeah, we still got a lot of work to do, guys. It ain't over. This thing be tripping sometimes. All right. Cowboys win 44-21. Wow. I want everybody big that was a good run. I've been saying this. Let me say this first about Tony Pollard. And I've been saying this for a long time. If that young man breaks, that's all she wrote. You ain't catching him. And I was just waiting on him to get that first break. And if he gets in the open field, I said that shit back in the preseason. You can go back and go back and find a video that I might have made back in the preseason games or, OTAs or whatever. And I said, if he breaks, that's it. He's starting to get into a good rhythm. That's our 1-2 punch. This was payback. This was actually payback from last year. I mean, we killed these guys. They had no chance. I didn't see this coming. I didn't see this coming at all. Seriously, I just didn't see it coming. Boys for life, I don't know. I don't know. A lot of things were different. What I've been saying over and over and over again, not again, again. Moody Chains on third down. Defensive 3 and outs. Penalties. No penalties. Score in the red zone. All those took place today. Now, I know we scored 44 points. Dak Prescott I thought he had a lot more than that, but I guess Zeke running and Pollard. Oh, shit. Dak had 212 yards. He was 15 for 23, 2 touchdowns. Tony Pollard was the leading rusher in this game with 12 attempts, 131 yards, 1 touchdown, 10.9 average. Ezekiel Elliott, as my boy Cowboys blog just dropping his live stream, his video. Ezekiel Elliott, 24 attempts, 117 yards, 2 touchdowns, 4.9. You can't ask for anything better when both of your running backs get over 100 yards rushing. You can't ask for anything better than that. Dak Prescott, let's see, Dak. Oh, I already said Dak, 2 touchdowns, yada, yada, yada. Tavon Austin, once again, was still the leading rusher. Where was now one problem I have? I love the game. I love the way it was played. I love the play calling. I love it really wasn't creative, but it was just execution that made it look creative. You can tell they were the same old plays, but it was the execution part about it that made, appreciate Super Chat, Scott. It was the execution part about it that made it look like it was creative. They were just executing. This game right here, like I've been saying over and over and over again, a game, was the credit goes to, even though we got all these yards, all these catches, and Dak Prescott, did his thing today. The offensive line and the defensive line. It's all about that front. That's it. That's why we won this game today. It was because of defense, that defensive front four, guys sticking together, guys playing. And they actually, for the first time, probably in a long time than I can remember, they finally, the secondary and the linebackers were actually playing on the ball. How about that? They were playing on the ball. They were actually playing the ball. I've been saying this every week. It's a broken record. I've been singing the same song, preaching to the same choir every single week about when you play on the ball, you can make things happen. All you got to do is look back. That's it. They actually played on the ball today, and they made something happen. And Sean Lee got a pick. Sean Lee got a sack. Sean Lee was 2014 Sean Lee. I mean, he was out there. He was all over the play. They were actually wrapping up. I guess they did some tackling drills in practice, and it worked. It just, wow. What a game. I haven't seen a game like this in a while. It's the only thing that I'm worried about with that defense that the Rams were kind of getting away with was those passes to the flats, seam the flats. That's where you go in cover two. Obviously our defense made up for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to cry over spilled milk. This game is over with, but I got to nitpick. You got to nitpick. I'm a perfectionist. I have to nitpick and see things that other people might not see. Those passes to the flats were a big problem with us. Those screen passes, those flank passes out to the flats, to the sidelines, anywhere from seam to the flats. That's the flats. Anywhere from seam to the sideline, the hash mark to the sideline. If y'all don't know, for those of you that don't know, those screens were killing us, and teams are going to see that. Better teams are going to see that. Let me get my other guys in here, man. Let me see. I'm pretty sure they waiting. Oh, here we go. Oh, there we go. Yeah, those screen passes were eating us alive. Good victory. Hey, Ken, appreciate it, guys. Appreciate y'all joining me, man. Got 214. Probably have a lot more. I usually don't have a lot. When we lose, I usually have like 5, 6, 7, 800 people in the chat. But when we win, all those cockroaches, they just, they ain't got. They love it when you're losing. They don't like it when you're winning. Dallas Cowboys needed this win, regardless if you're a Cowboy fan or not. This was a big, like I said last night, this was a big confidence booster. They needed this for confidence and to give our fan base a peace of mind tonight and confidence going to work tomorrow. Now it feels better. Now this is what you're gonna hear. See, now the fans are I got a stat here. The Rams, their last 2 games, scored 28 plus points. Todd Gurley 100 plus yards in 3 of the last 4 games. Now that's not rushing, that's receiving and rushing combined. With 20 plus touches as well. Their rushing offense 2019, 99.4 yards per game, is 21st in the league. They were on a little bit of a run. And they were in a rhythm. And guys, I want everybody in the comment section right now to type in 1980, you were wrong. I want everybody to say that. I want every video maker that's going to watch this video to see that I'm saying that. To see that I was wrong about this game. I want every video maker, because see, these video makers, they don't like to be wrong. They think they know everything. They think they boo-boo don't stink, guys. So I want to let y'all know. I want everybody in the comment section right now say 1980, you were wrong. Because guess what? Guess what? I wanted to be wrong. That was a strategy I was doing. You see, that was mental strategy, psychology, reverse psychology. I wanted to be wrong about the Cowboys, because I said we would never win another game this season. We won't win another game this season. I said that. I said it. And I wanted to be wrong about it. I wanted the Dallas Cowboys to finally prove me wrong. And that's what they did. That's what they did. They proved me wrong. And I was so happy they did that. 1980 don't mind being wrong, guys. You get what I'm saying? Because it's not a perfect world that we live in. That was reverse psychology, and the Dallas Cowboys fell for it, the hook, line, and sinker. I think they watched my videos, because everything that I said they had a problem with was reversed. It was reversed. And they needed to do that. They needed to prove me wrong, because I've been right week after week after week after week for so many years. I've been right. You know, I've wanted to be wrong week after week after week, but they just haven't been proving me wrong. So now that they did that, I'm glad that they did it. You see, I don't mind being wrong, because it's for the best. You get me? That's reverse psychology. That's that Jimmy Johnson syndrome that I got. You know, that was a good game. You know, defense really stood out. Let me go through defensive stats real quick. Sean Lee, 1 interception, 25 yards. Defensive tackles. Actually, Jordan Lewis led in tackles. Wow. 6 tackles, 1 sack, 1 deflection. There was one play where Jordan Lewis kept his eyes on the man that he was guarding, the slot receiver, and used his peripheral vision to look inside at the quarterback and made a play on the ball and boom, batted it down. Jordan Lewis is probably the only one that can do that. Actually, Cheeto was actually playing on the ball. He was looking back. Byron Jones barely saw the action. I don't know if that's a good thing. Maybe he's shut that guy out or whatever. But wow, defense did really. I'm glad they stepped up. They really did. Defense won this game today, regardless on the score, regardless of the stats. Defense won this game today, and offensive line won this game today. I got Dallas Cowboy football news. Been patiently waiting, man. I know he dropped this video, so y'all make sure y'all check that out. He didn't join us on the roundtable last night, but that's okay. He was still there in spirit. We got him here live right now. One of the best right here, Dallas Cowboy football news. How you feeling, bro?
Yeah, I'm humble. I'm feeling humble.
Yeah.
Cowboys didn't do anything except break a 3-game winning streak or 3-game losing streak. That's all they did. That's all they did. They're making no play. They're not making playoffs right now. Cowboy fans don't get over hype. When you get over hype, this team can go on a 2-game losing streak. Just be humble. Don't be hype. Wear your gear. Enjoy your victory Monday. But it's back to work next week on Sunday against the Philadelphia Eagles. Cowboys didn't do anything today except break a 3-game losing streak.
Yeah,
that's it. That's all they did.
That's it.
Because and give props to the players. You know, I mean, there was a bunch of tweets from a lot of sources saying that this team quit on Garrett. And I saw no quit today. I saw Jason Witten make 1-hand catches for touchdowns. I saw Sean Lee looking like vintage Lee from 2011. I saw Dak making accurate passes. I saw the running game get back in order. I saw the offensive line play well. But all that boils down to is breaking a 3-game losing streak, and just be humble, Cowboy fans. Be humble. So that's really all I got. And I was supposed to take a nap last night. See, I fell asleep about 7 o'clock. And then you don't know how tired you are till you try to take a nap. I slept all damn night. I didn't wake up till 8 in the morning.
Hey, that's those good naps, man. You got to have those naps, bro. You got to have them.
That nap turned into a good night's sleep.
Yeah. But you're exactly right. You're exactly right. We got to remain humble. I was excited about the win because the Dallas Cowboys needed this win for confidence. They needed it, and like you just said, it was a losing streak buster. They overcame that, and they needed it, and they looked really good today. If they play like this throughout the season, the sky's the limit. Like I said, I'm not gonna, oh But it is what it is. The writing's on the wall. They won. I mean, nothing we can do about it. They stepped up. They played. Every mood to change. Everything was consistent. It looked really, really good. Really, really good. I'm a little proud of them doing that. I mean, they scored shit. They made plays. They got the ball back. They made defensive turnovers. They did a lot. They did what they haven't done in a long time. And they needed this win. They really did. They needed it.
Oh, yeah, you're absolutely right. I was reading the comment section. People were like, dang, party pooper. No, I'm not a party pooper. I'm just a humble Cowboy fan.
Yeah.
We're 7-17. I'm just humble that we finally beat a team over 500. Yeah. Not only did we beat them, we dominated it.
Yeah.
And it was good to see. I mean, I'm a Cowboys fan. Of course, I'm excited and happy that we got this win. But at the same time, I'm going to be more humble than anything because all they did today was break a 3-game losing streak.
Yeah.
That's it.
And Football News has a right to be that way. Every fan has a right to their own opinion. He has a right to be that way. And I'm in that same boat with him. We won. Hell, I was the first one right after halftime. I was like, oh, it's 0-0. I didn't care that we were up 3 touchdowns. It's 0-0. So, and that's how they came out with that attitude that it was 0-0, and they kept the foot on the gas. That's what they need to continue out to do, especially against the Eagles next week. And that's the real test. And because it's all or nothing. They beat the Redskins today. Redskins couldn't help them out. It was a close game. They couldn't help us out. So they slicked by the Redskins today. So that's also, I think, a winnable game. But we'll see. We haven't got there yet. It's just like you say. Let's celebrate this win first, and then we'll go from there. What do you think about that new kicker, man?
You know what? I've been meaning to say this, but I just haven't found time to. Did the Dallas Cowboy kicker actually make 40-yard field goals?
Yeah, he did.
47 and a 42-yarder? When's the last time we saw that?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. He was consistent tonight. He was consistent. That's all I can really say about a kicker. You could tell they kept the camera on him. He was really confident. He was really bouncy. He just had the confidence that a kicker needs. And that confidence goes a long way when it comes down to a kicker. Because once you lose that, Maher, you're done. You're done. And he made his extra points. He made the first thing he did, what was that? When we kicked, I think when we kicked off. And the
kickoff. Yeah, he kicked it out of bounds.
I was like, oh, shit. Here we go. But he made up for it. So he made up for it. So that's.
No, I thought it was real good to see. I thought it was real good. That it was just a good team win, basically what it was. And
I'll be right back.
Maybe they were. All right, maybe they were just a little chippy on the, about that NFC division matchup last year. Maybe they were just. A little chippy with that, but Cowboys got it done today, guys. Just waiting on more round table people to come in here.
All right.
I'm going to blame it on Rust, Cleveland Brown. I'm going to blame it on Rust. I'm going to say he was rusty.
What about Pollard being the leading rusher on this offense, man?
He was a leading rusher?
Yeah, he had 12 attempts for 131 yards and 1 touchdown, 10.9 average. Zeke had 115. Yeah.
Wow. Well, we know what totally Pollard is capable of doing. Cowboy fans been screaming, give the ball to Pollard. And, when you mix it up that way and, it ain't predictable, there's some good things. He's a strong physical runner. He doesn't look like it. But he is. And Tony Pollard is a hell of a complementary back to Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah. Like I said earlier before you came on, I said this way back in preseason. I noticed his speed from there. Once he breaks, it's over. He just needed to get into that rhythm and get that one opening, and he did it. And he's really fast. He's really quick, and that's what the Dallas Cowboys need. We kind of missed him last week against the Bears. Hell, we missed a lot of things last week against the Bears. If we'd have played like this last week and the week before, we'd be singing a different song, obviously, going into the playoffs, hopefully if we make the playoffs. But we'd be in a lot better predicament than we are in now. But this is what's kind of scares me. You know, it was a good win. I love the win. We needed the win, confidence booster, yada, yada, yada. But this is kind of stuff that kind of scares me because what was this? What was this? And the Rams are an okay team. They're not just – they're 8-5. I mean, for God's sakes. I mean, they're okay. They're over 500. They're not perfect, but they're kind of in the middle. And, you know, where was this? You know, that's what baffles me.
Yeah, Jason Garrett, what he did in a team meeting the other day was he put a highlight reel together. And he was showing the players highlight reels, whether, you know, that there were big touchdowns, big runs. And he was like, we missed this feeling. Let's get back to this feeling. Let's get back to highlight reels. And maybe that message, that highlight reel message worked. I mean, it looked like it did from what I could see from today. And, you know, someone put in the comment section, y'all ready for Garrett to be back next year. Again, we're not thinking about that.
Nah.
We're being humble. Yeah. We're being humble. We're not worried about next year's coach. We're worried about this year. We're ready for this victory Monday. And all the Dallas Cowboys did today was break a 3-game losing streak. What's up, my Cowboys family?
Cowboys family in the house.
What's up? What's up?
What's up, guys? How you feeling right now?
Well, I'm in shock. I still again, I have literally nothing bad to say. I know there were things that were not perfect in this game, but the Cowboys single-handedly did their jobs the best and most consistently overall as a team, offense, defense, special teams.
All three phases.
We beat a team that handed our ass to us in a big situation where we
ended our season.
Yeah.
And now we ended their season today. That's a really cool thing, a good thing there.
Yeah. So I'm just really excited. I hope that what Sean Lee just said in that quick post-game interview, he straight up said, we knew we weren't playing good football. You know, it's on us. We have to go out there and execute, but the season's not over. We still have a lot of things in front of us we still need to handle and do. And I just hope we are seeing the turning of the Cowboys. We're seeing them say to themselves, you know what? We're not going to go to the playoffs and allow ourselves to play like crap. We're not going to keep allowing ourselves to fail to execute because a lot of the things we saw today were execution. We executed on every single level of the ball. We had mistakes, but the offense did its job. The defense did their job, and special teams did their job. So,
yeah, I mean, I think I'm going to put this. Yeah, I know you're saying execution, and I hear it. I definitely. It's the talent that's been here. We've had this talent. It's not been utilized properly. This is on coaching that has actually got to give the credit to the coaching in this situation. I said it. You know I am with the coaching. You know how hard I am. But this game, the offense stuck with the run game when it was working. Finally, we did it throughout a whole effing game. It wasn't just a half, and then we gave Zeke the ball twice. And it wasn't because we were getting blown out by the Bills when we gave Zeke the ball twice in the whole entire second half. We were down by 6. So a lot of things come into play here. But the biggest things to me is the fact that the offensive coordinator, the game plan, Jason Garrett, Kellen Moore, I don't care who did it. But the point is that we came up with a very – and I said this at the halftime spill, that we came up with a very creative running game that we consistently use. And I said, I want to see that the rest of this game. And we saw it consistently being used from start to finish. We never went away from it. The score helped, of course, but that was created by the run game, which was working. You saw Pollard. You saw Zeke. And our offense, that we were creative. When you see Tavon in the backfield, that's called creativity. When you see, both Pollard and Zeke back there, you see it's a creative stuff going on.
You don't know if we're going to blitz or not. That's
I want to go to that in a minute. That's what I'm saying is that when it comes to like Dak Prescott, the second play of the game, and he runs the ball on a RPO, to me, that tells me that we were setting up that freezing the linebacker type of situation. When he gives it to Zeke, Clay Matthews had to watch Dak every single time. That half second gave Zeke an extra 3 or 4 yards. That's how you help the running game, by being creative and smart. And that's what the Cowboys did today from start to finish. I love that on offense. On defense, as Fiance just said, I don't know who it is. Again, I don't give a damn who it is. Rashard, Marinelli. My point is, what did we see today that we usually don't see, aside from Chio turning his head and guys, actually making tackles? Yes, those are the execution fundamental parts of things. That's on the players, and they came through. But I also think it was the scheme the defensive scheme of being more aggressive and blitzing. How much blitzing we see today. This is to the coaches again. I got to give them credit. I don't care who they are. I'm not going to name them by name. That you know who they are. Whoever did it, I'm happy to see the aggressiveness and the blitzing out there on the field. On the defensive side, you saw how we got to Goff, how badly he looked like a 4th-round pick in 2016. Dak Prescott looked like the 2nd overall pick or the 1st overall pick in the goddamn draft that year.
Did anyone else catch the fact that he had a Dak Prescott moment like Dak had last week? Remember when Dak hit his hand on the back of someone's helmet? His hand got hurt.
Definitely got banged up.
Same thing today. He hit his hand on the back of one of his own offensive lineman's helmet.
And let me rephrase. Dak wasn't great today. I mean, he did enough to get the win. He did the right things. He was utilized properly, I think, by Kellen Moore and Jason Garrett and giving him the fear. I know you guys say something, you don't want to run him. I want to give this the fear of run to the defense, and I think the Cowboys did a lot of that, especially with the second play of the game, running Dak on a planned kind of RPO. That kind of opened things up for a lot of different people, and in the running game specifically, controlling the clock, controlling the game, and again, defense. You know, can't say much more about it, but the aggressiveness really showed up when we needed them, and we got, we held this team really 7 points most of the game, 15 in the end. I know they scored again at the end. Whatever, I don't care about that.
This is a game where if you look at our stats, you see why the scheme is really what mattered because our receivers were basically nowhere to be found.
That's true,
but we didn't miss them because our tight ends were more involved in the game and our running backs
out of the
were
backfield
doing their things.
Yep.
So
and then running the ball.
That's where obviously, you don't want to have your receivers not playing well, not really getting yards and things like that. But it's fine if the rest of the offense is working. That's where the scheme comes in.
Yeah.
The way we killed the Rams, the way we played this game mattered. It was
the way.
So happy.
That's the key, the way. The way we did it and what it's going to do for the players. The fact that we won by so much. If we won 21-20, I don't know if it'd really be a huge boost. But the fact that we wiped the floor with them is a key to this. I think it's going to help a little more than I thought in the first place. So I'm happy. I'm thrilled. Go Cowboys.
Yeah, great points, guys. Everybody, football news, my Cowboys family. We like football news say we got to stay humble. We got to one game at a time because we still got next week. That's the main focus right now. We're not focused on Garrett being gone and next season and all that stuff. Season's still on. We're trying to still fight and go through the back door of the playoffs and compete. That's what sports is all about. Regardless.
Hey. Real quick, I got to disagree with Mr. Fiance there. I thought Dak played a hell of a game today. I thought he was accurate. I thought he was precise. I thought there was great decision-making most of the time. I mean, he did have a pick that got with the hands to the face, the offset penalty. What do we score? 6 out of 7 drives in a row. I mean, I thought Dak Prescott was phenomenal today.
Well, I mean,
that's coming from me.
And I'm not gonna say he's phenomenal because he had some rough patches in there, but I will say that he did what Dak does. When Dak does what he does, it's the intangibles, the breaking the top, breaking a sack and throwing a touchdown. Those are the things that we need from. That's what Dak. I expect that from Dak. I just don't think he was like pinpoint accuracy the entire game consistently, but he did enough to win. That's what we want. The W's. I don't give a shit if he gets 200 yards passing. Give me the freaking W. I don't care if he gets 3 touchdowns or not passing. Give me the W. That's what I care about. And Dak did that today.
Well, yeah. I mean, once again, you guys have a right to, your own opinion. You both have valid points. I thought Dak played pretty good today. 15 out of 23, 212 yards too. Dak obviously has had better games. I think that's what football news is really referring to. He's had better games, more yards, more touchdowns. But I think it was the way we won that kind of sugarcoated that, smoothed that over. So what killed Dak was, and this was kind of disappointing to me. Amari Cooper. Where was Amari Cooper? Where was Michael Gallup? Amari Cooper 1 for 19. Michael Gallup 1 for 6. I guess we didn't need him because the running game was so dominant and powerful. Offensive line made this game happen, made our offense happen. Offensive line allowed 475 yards, 0 sacks. Allowed us to get 475 yards, 0 sacks total. So offensive line, big shout out to them. Game ball goes to the offensive line. Well, probably the defense because they kept us in the game. They kept the offense on the field with opportunity after opportunity to make something happen. So defense gets the game ball too. So if there was 2 game balls, give it to the offensive line and defense. Execution, you guys brought up execution. I think if you go back and look at the plays, they were obviously the same plays. It was a little bit more creative, but I think they were just executing them, and it made them look different and creative because of the execution of them. And the Cowboys keep doing that, and the Rams are no pushover, but we dominated and we smelled blood and we kept the foot on the gas and we ran with it. And that's what we need to continue to do these next 2 games. We were doing things that we haven't done in a while. Like my Cowboys family just said, we were doing a lot of good things we haven't done in a while. And but what I'm disappointed is the wide receivers. Where were they? Now, I don't know if they were schemed out of the equation because of the running game that was working and the 1-2 punch of Pollard and Zeke, and then Blake Jarwin and Witten caught a one-handed pass for a touchdown, and Blake Jarwin was going up the field. I guess we didn't need them, but against the Eagles, other teams, even if we go sneak through the back door of the playoffs, we're gonna need Cooper to not get shut down. He's so easily shut down, So if that was the case, I don't know. I don't know if they were schemed out of the situation or whatever, but I think that cornerback was doing a pretty good job on Coop, and hell, even on Gallup, because they only had one catch between the two of them. So that's a big issue, and I got to nitpick. You got to do that, man, because every opponent is different. Every opponent is different. Another thing that I was really iffy about, kind of upset about, is the defense, the defensive cover scheme in all those screen passes and the passes to the flats. We were in cover 3 a lot. We were in man a lot. Tampa 2 man, Tampa 2 cover 3. And cover 2 is the best defense, I think, to go to, because the cornerbacks, they're in kind of a cloud coverage, which means anything seeing the flats, and they decoy like they're in man, but they let the guy go and they come up and they get those little dump passes to the running back or a screen pass. They're right there. You get what I'm saying? So I didn't see them adjust to. And they were killing us all night. That was the only way they were converting. Even right there at the end, everything was to the tight end in the flats. That's all they were doing. That's the only way they could convert and get upfield. And that's what scares me. I know we probably had a safe defense, prevent style defense, cover 3 defense, cover 4 defense to not give up the big play, which was good, But all those underneath to the flats is what they were really, really killing us. I want to know what you guys thought about that and how you felt about that. Anybody? Go.
Think about what exactly?
I'm sorry. Them being able to kill us in those passes, those screen passes, us not being able to adjust to the screen pass, and all those passes to the flats and to the tight ends and stuff like that.
I think they're opening up, their offense, because this is what their offense really is fast screen team, a nice running team. And I think when you shut down the running game, and they were in that hole. Todd Gurley, I only think he got 30 yards today, and that was just because we put him in a hole fast. So, that's what that Rams offense is a screen game. That opens up the middle because you're worried about the outside. And it worked a little bit in the first half, but they had to get back to some basic football, and Cowboys defense wouldn't even allow them to do that. What do you think, MCF?
Well, I honestly, the way that this team, this week, this was different. I don't think we did all that bad against the screen. There was really only one drive, that first touchdown. That was the only time that they really managed to really get going on us, because the other 2 touchdowns were already by the time that we were up by a lot, and they were just, we already kind of playing prevent defense by then. So, they managed to take advantage of an injury. If you remember, they set up that touchdown when Joe Thomas got hurt. He came out, they put in Justin March, and immediately they went right to that same side and attacked it there. Other than that, though, I'm sorry, but our defense handled the Rams at every level. We put tons of pressure on Goff.
That's the key.
Again, obviously, you can get nitpicky and say, well, I would have liked this guy to show up. Honestly, It's a team effort. One day this guy shows up, tomorrow might be another, but as long as they're doing it, it's getting done. Todd Gurley got handled. We rattled him so bad he couldn't even catch a pass.
Yeah, they were having some execution issues on their side as well, and
that's because of the way I think that we played. We played very aggressively.
Correct.
We played very creatively. Yes. We had guys all over the field. So again, the Rams were always a step behind, and the fact that we were able to score first, which that was the key to the whole game. We scored first.
We scored first the last two games. We scored first the last 2 games, and we still lost. So it's not just that; it's also scoring first and controlling the game. And I think again. The way our defense plays a little bit speed right up the field, and that's why screens kill us. When we like DCFN said, once we made them one-dimensional and took Gurley out of the game, basically, it was easy to figure out what they were doing. And we were stacking Chidobe Awuzie, who had a good game today. You got to give it up to him. Learn to turn his head a little more. So Awuzie is playing like a stack coverage there. Make it harder for rub routes and kind of twist and underneath routes from the receivers in the slot, that kind of stuff. The Cowboys play is smart. And again, I'm assuming Richard is the guy who did it because he is a defensive backs coach. But, where was he the last 15 weeks with turning the head thing, right? But my point is that we were placing these guys in the right spots to give the Rams trouble. So the scheme really helped. I think we didn't really get burned too much on a lot of these plays. Other than like Fiance said, the one drive when we had Justin March in there replacing Joe Thomas, and they took a complete effective advantage of our weakness at that moment. But that's the only touchdown they scored on us. And the rest of the time, our defense lights out. I think not much to nitpick here on this one, in this game, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, the Dallas Cowboys only allowed 22 rushing yards. Gurley only had 20, and Jared only had 2 yards rushing. So, I don't think what I was doing was being really nitpicky. I'm a perfectionist, and we would win games, high school, college. We would win games. We would blow teams out. And the coach we would all be up happy. Oh, it was a win, guys. We got to win. And film day, the next day, he would start pointing out things. And we were like, what the hell? Why is he pointing out what we did wrong? But we won, coach. But he was still, hey, man, look, you didn't do this. You didn't do that. I feel like I got it. That's kind of like my job. I got to do that. You get what I'm saying? Because other teams, just like you go back and watch yourself, other teams go back and watch that too. And they say, hey, man, all we got to do is throw to the flats. They're not very good covering there. That's just I just kind of throw that out there. I'm not saying that we didn't do a good job. Look, we held them to 22 yards rushing. We did a great job. I agree with you. I'm just saying that you have to look at those things going to next week. Oh. The Eagles are going to look at those things, and they're going to see that. And then next week, if the Eagles start rolling on us, I'm not saying that they are. If is the most important word I'm saying. If they start rolling us and using that against us and getting up the field and scoring touchdowns, you're going to go back and say, damn, 1980 did say last week that they was killing our ass in the flats, seeing the flats and those screen passes. We cannot even in the first quarter, we couldn't stop the screen pass. We were stopping the run. We were stopping them. That's how we were getting 3 and outs. But they were getting up the field on us in them screen passes.
And I think that's a lot to do with the way, again, like I said, it's the speed of our defense. That they've been doing this, not just the Rams, but all teams have been doing this to us all year because of the way we play our defense is over pursuing, and they use that over pursuit to get the screen game working. But I just think in this game, overall, for the most part, they didn't really kill us too much on that as they could have, let's say. If they'd say they established a run game and that kind of situation, it could have definitely been a bigger issue. And I agree with what you're saying 100% because I am the most pessimistic kind of Cowboy fan like out there. We're all pretty similar on that. And listen, I just got to say that, this is just a win, right? It's just a win on the road to the next game.
You see, I don't see it that way.
No?
This wasn't just a win because we could have lost this and it would have just been a loss, right? At the end of the day, winning this game mattered for a lot of reasons. We finally can put some respect on that name, okay? I hate to say it, but this mattered for our own pride, for the future of the rest of the season for the Cowboys. And honestly, I think it mattered because one of the keys on this game, one of the reasons we won this game is one of the reasons why I think we genuinely do have a chance to not just beat Philly, but maybe continue to figure out one of the things that wasn't working on this team was the offense and the balance between the run game and the passing game. Again, not quite there yet because our receivers, like you guys both pointed out, our receivers didn't quite show up today the way that maybe we would have wanted to, but it's irrelevant because we won. But we're finally getting there. You know what I mean? We remembered we have Ezekiel Elliott. We remembered we had Tony Pollard.
Right.
We actually saw both of those guys. We ran the ball consistently, creatively. So to me, that's been one of the keys that's missing all game. And running the game or running the ball against the Eagles, you run the game. You run the game.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I agree. And I'm a perfectionist too, so I hear what you're saying. Those little things will bite us in the ass later if we don't get stuff corrected now.
I remember, I'm going to let football news talk. I remember the same game we won. Next week we lost because they saw what we were weak at, and they beat us. So I just throw that out there. Like I say, I've even said that when I first started this live stream. It was a good win. It was a confidence booster. The Dallas Cowboys needed to win this game. They needed it. Cowboy Nation needed to win also because we were fucking pissed off and, frustrated, heads down and all that stuff. Fire everybody, get everybody out of here. That's what we were talking. You can go in the live streams before, look at the comment section. Hell, we were out, like I said earlier, right before football news came on. I told everybody in the comment section to say 1980, you were wrong. Yeah, I wanted that. I wanted them to say you were wrong. Please do it again. Matter of fact, do it again right now. Because guess what? I wanted to be wrong. That was reverse psychology. I wanted that. I wanted the Dallas Cowboys to get off the ground and fight that bully and get that win. You get what I'm saying? I wanted to be wrong. Because yesterday, I'm going to say it again. Because I don't give a damn about being wrong. Everybody has an opinion. I have a right to it. I said last night, Dallas Cowboys won't win another game. I said it twice. I said it last night and I said it Friday on the way home, my stream. So Dallas Cowboys won't win another game this season. I said it. And I'm going to say it right now. I thought that. Because the way they've been playing up until now. Now, I had no idea. I don't have a crystal ball. I can't read the future. And they kicked ass today. I'm glad. Yeah, I'm glad they did. So I'm saying it again on record. So I'm glad they proved me wrong, and I want them to prove me wrong next week and in the week after, and sneak into the back door of the playoffs and get on a hot streak. I think that's what we're kind of all hoping for. Football news, you got anything else, brother?
No, I was wrong too. I wore a paper sack over my head in my video last week, and my sister called me before the game, and I was like, "We suck," So when we were winning, she actually called me. And she was like, "So the Cowboys still suck?" And I was like, "That was reverse psychology." So it's kind of funny that you say that. Because I was telling her the same thing. I was like, "It's reverse psychology." That's what I was doing there. She's like, "Oh, okay." But I don't think she believed me too much. Because my family, a lot of them are Bronco fans because a lot of them live in Colorado and born and raised there and stuff. And the other half of the family's from Texas, and a lot of us are big Cowboy fans. So some of my family always try to get me to say Cowboys suck, and I would never say it. So for me to just say it, and my sister trying to check me on it, it was kind of funny and ironic, but it was reverse psychology. And I can retire the brown paper sack for right now. That's what I'm saying for right now. But no, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, guys. We got a very big game next week in Philadelphia, and Lord knows I hate those fans with a passion. So to sweep them and to end their season will be so sweet.
Wow.
But Dallas Cowboy Football News on YouTube, Dallas Cowboy Football News on Facebook, also on the Frisco Report on Podbean, Spotify, and iTunes with Cowboys blog there, DCF News 1 on Twitter. And if any of you guys are man enough to talk X's and O's, slide in my DMs like a hoe. How about them Cowboys? Woo!
That was Dallas Cowboy Football News. Appreciate your knowledge coming on, man. Appreciate it, really. I really do, man. Hey, he just dropped a video, so y'all make sure y'all, reaction video after the game. So y'all make sure y'all go check that out. Dallas Cowboy Football News. Yeah, big win for the Cowboys, man. We needed it. You see how you feeling right now? Feeling good. It feels good to feel good. Now you get to wake up in the morning and feel good. You have to worry about nobody messing with you and talking shit. But get ready. Get ready for the Rams aren't that good. See, when we beat the Rams, they're not that good. But if we would have lost to the Rams, I told you those Rams were good. I told you they were gonna it's just you can't win. You never can. Even if you win, you can't win being a Cowboys fan. So a win is a win. If they were good, if they were 8-5, if they were if a team over 500, we won. I mean, what were we supposed to do? The Rams aren't doing that good, so let's just forfeit. You know, they're not doing that good this season, so let's just give them the win. You know, we don't make the schedule, so we won. You know, so it is what it is. So you can save it. You can save all that, you know, that negative BS. But that's all I pretty much got, man. My Cowboys family, you got any closing statements before I get out of here? I know y'all probably going to continue to go live on your channel. Good win for the Cowboys, man. We needed it. Very, very positive. Get us in a positive mood, man. Get ready for the next game against Philly. Big game.
That's it. That's the season right there, guy. We win that one. We beat Philly. We clinched the NFC East. We could technically rest the players. I don't know how you feel about that, but we could rest players against Washington, and and then we could start the next season, the tournament, and that's what we're hoping for. Of course, you know, Cowboys get some hope getting the playoffs, 1 out of 12 teams, right? So, I everything you guys said, you know, we echo it. And hey, listen, in the end, we got to make sure this team still consistently continues going this path, or else we'll be back to what, the last 3 weeks, the last 4 weeks. I mean, we're going to see that again. It's going to be a one and done. So it's more about just not now, but also how we're going to do to continue to evolve and get better as we enter the playoffs, assuming we do. And we're going to play a team that's going to be fighting us. Like, they might be having half the team injured, but they're going to fight hard. NFC East rival, a hated team. They hate us more than anybody else. And I personally hate the Eagles more than any other team out there. So this is it. This is what we play the games for. At this point right here, determine who's the team that's going to go into the playoffs, and it shall be determined. I will say this. If for some reason the Cowboys lose to the Eagles, yeah, we can still get in the playoffs. Yeah, we have to beat the Redskins. They have to lose to the Giants. And I don't want to hear that. I don't want to talk about that. I just want to see the Cowboys end this thing by beating the Eagles like we're supposed to. Probably be a Sunday night game. So get ready for that flex. They're going to probably move the Sunday. I knew it. I knew it was going to get mad about that. But they're going to probably make this a big primetime game. It's for the division, basically. So, hey, Cowboys should win it. We have the better team. We have less guys injured. Other than coaching, we should win this game. And hopefully it won't come down to that. So on that note, guys, you know where to find us on YouTube. Yeah, we won this game, and we got to take this and build on it. It's not like 1980 said, perfectionist, right? We gotta clear up some other things still, some issues on this team. But we'll take the win, we'll smile, and then tomorrow we're back to normal. We got to look at it again, start over, start fresh, and then you know what? Look at the Eagles and get ready, because they're going to fight hard. We have a better team. We gotta beat them. It's case closed. That's it. So
yes, with that said, you can find us, My Cowboys Family, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff, guys. We're live right now. We're live every day. Game day lives, all that good stuff. We'll catch you tomorrow. But the number one thing,
never forget. Go Cowboys! Let's go, baby. Peace,
my fans, where you at? How's that end of the season feel?
Season, end their season.
There you go. That was My Cowboys Family, guys. I'm pretty sure you already know who that is. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you do. They go live. They go live every day. Hardest working family in Cowboy Nation. They probably go live. They'll probably think of something else to talk about and probably go live tonight. So y'all probably get a surprise post live after tonight or whatever. So just stay tuned. Go to their page. Check them out.
But yes, thank you for that.
This game today was a good win for us. We needed it. You play the sport to win. You don't play the sport to make other fan bases happy. You get what I'm saying? I get tired of other fan bases coming over here. If we win, they talk shit. If we lose, we don't play for y'all. We're playing for the Cowboy and Cowboy Nation. That's what it's designed for. If I'm gonna call this game formula was Miss Fiance's formula. If we play on this formula next week, we're gonna win. I'm just gonna throw that out there. If we use the same formula, which I think the Rams are a better team than the Eagles, I seriously do. But if we play the same formula, guys, that we played against a team over 500, 8-5 Rams, whether they struggle or not, they're 8-5, they're a team over 500. We didn't ask them to be that way. This is our first time playing them this season. So if we use Miss Fiance's formula and keep picking at that wound over and over again, keep that blood coming out, we'll win next week. Just bottom line. This is the time right now. The Cowboys that I saw tonight was a team we haven't seen in a long time. We were on a 3-game losing streak. That's tough. That damn near puts you in depression mode. You know, like seriously. I mean, a lot. We were like, man, this shit, Cowboys ain't gonna win another game. I'm sick of this. You know, we were damn near in give up mode. But the fan, a diehard fan in us was, you know, still tuning in, still representing, you know, still yelling and screaming at the team. And that's what it's all about. It's about the sport. It's about the team, you know. And playing against the Eagles, I'm going to say this. I think we're the better team, and I think we can go ahead and sweep them. We got to let them know. Just like other teams, when they play, just like the Baltimore Ravens, when they played the Jets, they let them know that we're going to kick your ass. And that's just the bottom line. That's the same attitude. The same attitude the Dallas Cowboys had against the Rams, Miss Fiance's formula. That's the same way we need to approach the Eagles. All to the ball in a bad mood. You know, despite what I say about when I nitpick about things and, you know, go ahead and do it. Just do it. Just do it. Sneak in through that back door of the playoffs and get on a hot streak. The way we played tonight, it showed a lot of heart, character. We were wrapping up. We were doing everything that we haven't seen in a while. Fundamentals took a play. Offensive line. Like I said yesterday, and I've been saying, the defense is going to determine the outcome of this game. The offensive line also determines the outcome of a game. If they're playing, no penalties. No, I don't think not one penalty on the offensive line. No penalties. No sacks. Perfect game for them. We got to do that next week too. I heard some people in the comment section say, "Oh, watch us not run Pollard, you know, next week." Let's not hope that. Let's not hope that. But maybe I should say we lose next week so I use that reverse side. It works, so maybe I should do that again. But I don't want to break the, you know. But anyway, guys, thank y'all for tuning in, man. Really appreciate it, man. Good win by the Cowboys, 7-7. Does that put us back in the my Cowboys family? If you're still there, does that put us back in the head of the NFC East, or are the Eagles in there now?
Yeah, we are technically first. We're tied 7-7, both teams, and we have tiebreaker currently because we beat them once. We beat them a second time. We clinch because we have a game up with 1 game to go, and we have 2 wins against them. Of course, we sweep them. That would mean we clinch. So yeah, we're right now we're tied, but we have the tiebreaker currently in first place of the NFC East. Okay,
all right, cool. Appreciate it. Because they had the Eagles up there, you know, kind of towards the beginning of the game, and I was like, "Whoa!"
Yeah, it was in game because they had just won their game, and they had 7. They were 7-7. We were 6-7, so that's why they had.
Oh, okay. Now it's back. Okay, cool. All right, guys, you heard it from the best. Let me get out of here, guys. I got to get my dinner and everything. Make sure you subscribe. My Cowboys family, Dallas Cowboy Football News, 5th Quarter Cowboys. Get your jerseys from Mike Mosh, 88. But that's all we got, guys. Appreciate y'all joining me. Peace out. Peace way.